good morning to all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and also the participants. Welcome to the Iassidd, the 4th Asia Pacific Regional Congress held right here at the Ambassador Hotel from 13 to 16 November 2017.
ปูหากินในนาเต่าโตไว้ใหญ่ในนาผักปูปลาหากินพออยู่ลามาลีลาขึ้นต้นเป็นมาลีซ้อนพอแตกใบอ่อนเป็นมาลีลาลามาลีลาขึ้นต้นเป็นมาลีซ้อนพอแตกใบอ่อนเป็นมาลีลา
President of Chulalongkorn University, Iassidd President, distinguished guests, dedicated ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all on behalf of the local organization committee to the 2017 Iassidd 4th Asia Pacific Regional Congress from November 13 to 16, 2017 at the Ambassador Hotel, Bangkok. We are very proud indeed to host this Congress in Thailand with kind assistance, support, guidance, and insight from all of you. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks and gratitude to all of our co-host organization, International Association for the Scientific Study of Intellectual and Developmental Disability, and in particular our honorable speaker. Without whose support, the Congress could not take place. The Congress highlights the theme inclusiveness and sustainable development in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. With the 17 Sustainable Development Goals that all 191 United Nations member states have agreed to try to achieve by the year 2030. The Iassidd Asia Pacific Regional Congress is taking place at a time when the recently launched and newly implemented the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is putting particular emphasis on inclusion and development. This holds a deep promise to persons with disabilities. The main purpose of the 2017 Iassidd 4th Asia Pacific Regional Congress is to bring together researchers, scholars, and specialists from around the globe in the field of intellectual disability to promote scientific research, study, and to share evidence-based data. Our long-term aim are to enhance the quality of life of people with disabilities and their families, to enable policy makers and service providers to formulate appropriate strategy and policy, and in addition to make appropriate decisions. We strongly believe that you will have ample opportunity to update your knowledge, share success stories, and network in order to form an international community for leading academic, researchers, and experts to the interactive Congress platform. Finally, I wish all of you distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, a very productive and successful Congress, and also have a pleasant stay in Bangkok, Thailand. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Mr. Anand Panjaruchun, distinguished guests, Iassidd members, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and great pleasure to me to address Mr. Anand Panjaruchun, former Prime Minister of Thailand, on this special occasion of the 4th Asia Pacific Regional Congress of the International Association for the Scientific Study of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities, or Iassidd, in Bangkok, Thailand. It is a privilege for Chulalongkorn University to have an opportunity to co-host this Congress under the theme of inclusiveness and sustainable development. The year 2017 marks the beginning of the second centenary celebration of Chulalongkorn University. We celebrate the centenary of the establishment of our university with even stronger commitment to facilitate the sharing of new knowledge in human development and to support all significant scholarly activities that help promote closer ties among our treasured partner in Thailand, in the Asia-Pacific region, and in the global communities. Iassidd, the world-leading association for research on disabilities, has held congresses in the Asia-Pacific region to enhance collaboration among researchers and practitioners here and in the broader international community in order to explore innovative and effective ways of supporting individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, their families, and their communities. I realize how critical it is to have this regional congress, as it will allow us to be even more aware of differences and commonalities that exist in our region. Our shared vision of impactful outcomes towards inclusive society for all is highly prized here. I am confident that this gathering of scholarly and caring people from all over the world coming to share ideas from global perspective will inspire all of us to continue improving our missions to help our society grow and evolve in order to allow equitable access to human development and fundamental freedom for all people. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the Iassidd committee and all staff for their dedication and hard work to plan and organize this Congress on behalf of our team, of course. I also would like to acknowledge that we are fortunate to have wonderful support from several local organizations, and welcome dear friends and colleagues to the Iassidd 4th Asia-Pacific Regional Congress. I would like to also extend a special welcome to our international guests to Bangkok, Thailand. I hope that you will enjoy yourself and have a memorable experience in Bangkok. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Please allow me to share some thoughts with you about the roles you play in this organization and in the field of disability research in general. The exciting program for this Congress strikes a unique balance between basic and applied science and reflects presentations, posters, workshops, demonstrations of interest to scientists, practitioners, providers, self-advocates, policymakers, and students. Many of the sessions also involve presentation from all of these groups. This represents a concerted effort on the part of the local organizing committee and the scientific program committee to encourage inclusion of all partners in any research effort in the enterprise of presenting findings at a meeting like this. This also reflects the changing landscape in our field with regard to participation in the design and conduct of research of people with disabilities and their advocates. As the leading research organization in our field, it is not only appropriate but necessary that we lead by example with respect to this issue. We have a long way to go, but at this meeting we hope we will develop some momentum that carries over to the European Regional Congress in 2018 in Athens and our next World Congress in 2019 in Glasgow. This Congress offers the opportunity for everyone to get excited about research, no matter whether this is your first Iassidd meeting or you are a veteran participant. As I attend our congresses and talk to attendees, or when I look at post-meeting evaluations, I'm always struck by how many of you remark about how much you have learned by being here. Our most important activity as a research organization should be to promote mentoring, for it is by mentoring activities that we ensure the torch will be passed to the next generation of researchers in our field. It is also true that new ideas that lead to paradigm shifts and move the field forward take root in mentoring dialogue between older and younger scientists. So my message to students and young researchers is, use this meeting as a forum for dialogue among colleagues. It is very important to our organization and others like it around the world that we pay increased attention to and support people with intellectual disabilities and their families. Global threats to peace, devastating natural disasters, famine, disease, lawlessness, environmental threats, and terrorism seem to be occurring more frequently than ever before. All too often throughout history, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families may bear a disproportionate share of the consequences of these threats. Iassidd and other organizations like it have all pledged to work toward achieving the outcomes with respect to people with intellectual and developmental disabilities projected in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities, or the UN CRPD. To end discrimination because of disability once and for all. Iassidd has also developed partnerships with several UN agencies and NGOs to foster research on health, education, social welfare, with special focus on low and middle income countries. There will be some presentations of research at this meeting pertinent to the UN CRPD and other efforts, including a keynote lecture on the Zika virus, and also several Academy workshops that occurred yesterday about these efforts. We are only at the very beginning of a response to these issues. Much more needs to be done. Putting together an event like this requires a lot of work by many people. I want to especially thank Iassidd Vice Presidents, Drs. Henry Kwok and Ivan Brown, for their leadership and vision in planning the Congress and organizing the program. We must all thank the Thai government, Chulalongkorn University, and the Rajak Nukul Institute for their active support to make our conference successful. Dr. Amporn Benjapanpatak and her local organizing committee have worked tirelessly to prepare for the Congress and to make all of us feel at home in Bangkok. So enough from me. Please enjoy the Congress and the wonderful city of Bangkok and the wonderful hospitality of the people of Thailand.
Squadron Leader Bunrung Jairung Warawat, Director General Department of Mental Health, Minister of Public Health, Professor Bandit Iassidd, President, Chulalongkorn University, Professor Philip W. Davidson, President, Iassidd. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great pleasure for me to be here with you at the 4th Asia-Pacific Regional Congress of the International Association for the Scientific Study of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities, Iassidd. At the outset, let me congratulate Iassidd for convening this important Asia-Pacific Congress. As a premier global network dedicated to the scientific study of intellectual disabilities, Iassidd has been instrumental in developing a sound knowledge base to promote the quality of life of persons with intellectual disabilities and their families. I'm happy that this present Congress is being hosted by Thailand, a country that is working progressively towards an inclusive, barrier-free, and right-based society for persons with disabilities. I note with appreciation that over 10 Thai organizations are co-hosting the present Congress, including the Ratchanukul Institute and Chulalongkorn University. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Bank and the WHO estimate that 1 billion people, or 15% of the world's population, experience some form of disability. In the Asia-Pacific region alone, there are some 650 million persons with disabilities. Persons with disabilities generally have poor health, less education, fewer economic opportunities, and higher poverty rates than persons without disabilities. They also face a multitude of barriers that impede their full and effective participation in society. Yet, despite their sheer number, there is a lack of sound data and analysis about the situation of persons with disabilities and the barriers they face in their daily lives. This is particularly true for the persons with intellectual disabilities who tend to be unseen, unheard, and uncounted. That is why the work of Iassidd resumes great importance. The research that you conduct is critical for promoting greater public awareness and understanding of intellectual disability issues. The findings that you generate are essential for the development of evidence-based policies and programs that are more responsive to the needs of persons with intellectual disabilities. And the advocacy that you promote is crucial for assessing resources and promoting equal rights. This Congress has assembled over 300 distinguished international as well as local participants and resource persons. You'll be exchanging views on a range of intellectual disability issues, including those related to the theme from inclusiveness to sustainable development. This is indeed appropriate, as sustainable development depends on building inclusive societies that address the needs of all social groups, including persons with disabilities. I wish you every success in your deliberations and look forward to the outcome of this Congress. I would like to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, by drawing your attention to Article 17 of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. And I quote, every person with disabilities has a right to respect for his or her physical and mental integrity on an equal basis with others. Recognizing and advocating this fundamental human right, I'm pleased to declare open the 4th Asia-Pacific Regional Congress of International Association for the Scientific Study of Intellectual and Development Disabilities. Thank you.
That's perfect. Three, 2, 1, 0. Yes.
Newcastle in Australia. Michael got all of his degrees, 4 in total, from Mark Parry University, and I won't tell you how long ago.
If I may just begin, I'm also very honoured to be giving a keynote following some excellent words from our distinguished guests. Sustained change takes time, and it's complicated rather than I
I would like to call upon Professor Henry Hock to come on the stage and present the award to the presenter.
conference has been an overwhelming success, and it's because of the hard work of people that are standing behind me and next to me. But the leader always gets the most out of the committee by letting them do their work. And I think Antoine has exemplified the perfect leader, and what you see and have seen over the past 2.5 days is the result of that leadership. So on behalf of Iassidd, I have a very small token of our appreciation. These flowers are from Thailand because I couldn't bring them in from outside. And this is for all of you that I presented to you as chair of the LMC.
for Asia Pacific Regional Congress will soon conclude. It has been our great honor to spend the past 4 days with about 600 friends and colleagues, half from Thailand as well as the other half from 30 countries around the world. For now, enjoy the clip, and you can follow more on our website and Rashan site. And for me, I wish all of you a pleasant and safe trip back home. And I would again say thank you very much.